Hey YouTubers, got another video review for you today. About a month ago I was in Dalton, Georgia, Home Depot, and I was actually getting some stuff for the house and happened to run across this cord reel, and I thought it was a pretty well made cord reel, so I thought, hey, let's get it, let's do a review on it. I hadn't seen one built like this in a while because you hardly ever see anything made, real solid, so I thought that it would come in real handy around the house. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. As you can see, it is a 75-foot extension cord reel, and so this can come in really handy, if you need an outlet and there's not power nearby, like a shed or something like that, or if you're working in a warehouse, or if you just need it around the house to plug something in and have plenty of extension cord. This one here comes in like a 75-foot length. I did check their website. They have a bunch of different size cord reels like this, but you can get them from like 25 up to like 75. But this one here, the reason I liked it so much is because it's got a metal drum on the outside, front and back, and then as far as the inner part of the drum, it's made out of plastic, but it's really thick plastic. It's like over 1/8 of an inch thick. The frame on it, you can see that it's all steel, and it's really sturdy. I mean, you can't budge this thing. And it also has these hard plastic grip handles on them, and normally when you get something, the handles kind of spin and are loose and you can pop them off the end. Well, this one's not like that. It's really tight on there. It's not going to go anywhere. Plus, if you go to grip it, it's got some a good place to hold on to, because it's got these little notches in there to keep your hands from slipping off. Plus, you got 2 handles. You don't have to use both if you don't want to. You've got 4 outlets here on the front, and you can plug 4 devices in at one time, and you can run 4 devices at one time as long as it doesn't go over 13 amps. And if it does go over 13 amps, then it has a breaker that's going to pop, and it has a reset button right here. So all you have to do if you go over the 13 amps is hit that button and it resets. Now here in the middle, you've got your typical on and off toggle switch. Major thing that I noticed whenever I seen the cord was the metal frame and the metal drum and all that. But also, if you look at the cord is as big around as my little finger there. I mean, it's a 12 gauge cord, and it's got a PVC jacket on it, so it's gonna last. Like I said, I've been using it for the last few weeks, and you can see that the cord's not really affected, and I've been dragging it through the yard and all that kind of stuff. All right, so one thing that I wanted to make mention of is this little piece right in here, and it's basically a guard to keep the cord from sliding off to the side and falling off the drum. So a lot of your cord reels, when you pull them, they get moving too fast, and then they just fall off the drum or start unraveling, and they're a pain in the butt. Well, this one here is pretty cool because it has a guard on it to where it's not going to just fall all over the place. But if you do want to take it out of that guard, you can just raise up right there and it comes right out. Now right in here, to be honest, I'm not real sure what that is. I guess maybe you could plug this back into it and roll it back up, but to keep it from moving. Now I'll tell you what I use it for, and that is sometimes when you're working with an extension cord, sometimes you might need an adapter. So I thought, well, that would be a good place to store that, and you'll always have it when you need it. One other thing about this cord reel is right here on the back, I told you, it's got like a metal frame, and it also has this little plate right here, spot welded on to the frame, and it has a spot where you can hang it up and on the side of the wall or in a garage or just wherever. Also, right down here, there's this little plastic piece that kind of touches the side of the drum right there to act as a brake, so it doesn't keep on spinning. Also, you'll notice here in the front, it has this little handle, and it's just a hard plastic handle. It has a bolt through it. It spins real easy and does the job. Now, when it's time to plug it in the wall, it's like I said, that little keeper right there just keeps that cord reel from moving. And then you can see right here, I'm about to plug it in the wall. So plugs in real good. Don't mind the messy garage. I know you guys at home have got one too. All right, so I said that the cord reel is rated for 13 amps. And as you can see, I've got a circular saw here and a drill. And so I've got them both plugged in. And like I said, you can both run both of these at the same time. That is as long as they both remain under a total of 13 amps. You can see that the circular saws plugged in, don't have any problems cutting the board. It's not gonna, you know, cause the breaker to flip. I'm gonna cut this board and just show you. Didn't have any problems. That's a really thick, heavy cord, and you know it carries the power from this saw and doesn't have any problems with it. This saw's rated at like 12 amps, and so you're good. Now, if you plan on running like 3 or 4 of these, or even 2 of these, you know it's not going to be a good idea because it will pop that breaker. You know, if you're just working around the house and it's just one person running several tools off this, as long as you're not running a lot of them at the same time, you're good. So that's why I wanted it. Plus, I wanted to be able to take it and, you know, I don't have power to my storage shed, so I wanted to be able to just plug the cord up in the garage and run the cord reel around to the shed, and that way I can have power, I can have lights out there, or if I want to use tools out there, I can. Before I take and pull that around there and show you that, I want to show you real quick on how to mount this cord reel. Let's say you wanted to mount it to the wall in a shed or a garage or something like that. I showed you here on the back that it has this little plate mounted on there, and you know you can see right there it's got a place for 2 screw heads to fit in, and so you just mount it on the wall. Well, I'm going to show you how to mount it real easy. So I found the easiest way to mount stuff like this is to just get you some painter's tape, peel you a piece off, and then lay it over the bracket there. And you just want to line the tape up with the bottom of that bracket, just like that right there. Once you get that lined up, you want to tear the tape flush on the sides, just like that, and then mash the tape down, and you can see those holes right there on each side. Mark the very center of each hole. Then let's say you're going to mount it on the wall, and let's say this board right here is the side of your wall. You put it wherever you want it, just like that right there. Lay your tape out and then drill your holes, and you can see that I've already drilled the holes right there on that side. And so, you know, the cord reel will hang right there on the side of that board on a couple of screws. So that's just a quick way to show you how to mount it. So you can see that I went ahead and got the cord plugged up in the garage, and I've got a hold of the reel, and so I just take and pull a little bit of slack out. And again, when you're pulling the slack out, it's pretty cool because your line's not going to fall out of that little holder right there and kind of just unravel and make a mess. And so I'm going to keep unraveling. And now I can mount that piece of wood here on the side of the wall and hang the cord reel right on the side. Now you've got 4 outlets where you can, you know, run whatever tools you want, and lighting in here because there's no lighting in the shed. So it just makes this pretty convenient. Plus you can see we've got a 4-wheeler here in the shed. It's nice to be able to, you know, keep a battery charger plugged up in here so the battery will stay nice and charged up in the shed. So, you know, if you're running into a situation where I am, where there's no power to your shed and it's within, you know, 75 feet, then this is a really easy solution for you. So I showed you guys how simple it was to pull the line out of the reel. Well, it's just as simple when you go to wind it back up. You know, most of the cord reels that you usually get, they don't have that nice of guard on the front to keep the cord from falling off to the side. So check this out. Don't even have to look at it. It just pretty much winds itself up. you don't have to worry with it. So it's just a handy product. It's made by a company called Link2Home. I'd never heard of them before. I just happened to see them, like I said, at Home Depot, and was really impressed with them. So I logged onto their website, and I noticed that they have a ton of different reels. If you want some that are rated all the way up to like 15 amps, they have those. They've got some that are, 25 foot long. I've seen some that were up to 75 foot long, like this one. So anyways, appreciate you guys watching my review of the Link2Home Contractor Grade cord reel. And anyways, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.